Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. So today, I think you all have had a chance to watch the Meghan Markle and Ellen show, or pieces of it. Let me just give you my quick synopsis before I do a reading on it. So, I don't know if you all understand, in America, back in the 80s and the 90s, you had your regular soap opera stars, you had your prime television evening stars, you had your all the dramas and all that stuff. But what would happen was, like, during Thanksgiving and Christmas of every year, the stars from all the networks would get together and come together in one show and do like holiday specials, right? So you could see them outside of the element. And then I know in the 80s, they used to also have like the relay races in the summer where the different networks to get together and challenge each other. So you can see all your stars out in their full personality shown in the competitiveness when they're doing like relay races, high jumps, whatever. It was really fun because you could see them outside of the element, and it became more relatable. And also it took them outside of the box of just playing that particular role, right? That they become very familiar with. So when I saw the show with Ellen, I watched it on YouTube. It just kind of reminded me of that. So what happens a lot of times is you go on a show and you, like, if you're a musician or you're a comedian or actor, and the host would talk to you and they would get tidbits about you. Of course, they get full production before you even got on the show to get tidbits of things that you were going to talk about. And then they would do like little games and skits or surrounding it around your personality or the show you were on, just to poke fun at stuff. So when I saw this show, I said, okay, they kind of knew what Meghan was going to talk about, and they took pieces of that and that's what Ellen made her little skit from, right? Her little, was it IBF, whatever that little game she plays. Okay, now some people are saying, well, they think that they're poking fun at Meghan and taking in the stories that's revolving around her, or the Finding Freedom book, or the stories about her not being able to bend down when she was pregnant. If she was really pregnant, she wouldn't have been able to squat the way she squatted, and she had the baby bottle in her mouth and all this other stuff, right? So you can look at it two ways. Yes, it's the old theme in America where you interview somebody, you do a skit around some of the things they're talking about, or their personality or their show. You just poke fun at it. Another person who's the actress or the comedian or the singer, whoever, is going to poke fun at themselves, and it's a fun show to be had. Okay, or you could say they're actually taking information and pretending that they're just doing what they standardly used to do, and they're poking fun at her and picking on her and bullying her. So you could take it either way. So what I found when I was watching it is that it was fun. I started laughing because I remember the shows, right, how they used to do it. So I'm laughing, and I'm like, why am I laughing, right? And I don't like her, I don't like her like that. I don't think it was becoming. And that's when it hit me. It was like, oh, because she's a duchess, right? She's supposed to be married to the prince, and she's supposed to be representing. Even though she stepped back, she still carries that title. She still uses that title. Therefore, she should carry the weight of that title, right? And if she was just going to be Meghan Markle, the actress, that's a whole different thing. But she came in there and being introduced as the Duchess of Sussex. So she needed to wear that title. Just like when Michelle Obama came on the Ellen show and she carried the banner of the First Lady, right? And if you look at the two different appearances of Obama and Markle, Obama, she did some things, like she danced and she joked a little bit. She told a couple stories. But she didn't degrade herself. Even though she was like joking with herself, playing around and stuff like that, and being true to who she was, she didn't agree to debase herself. She didn't, or take herself out of that role of First Lady. There's a certain level of humbleness and the way you carry yourself with that title, that you just don't step beneath that, right? It's step outside of that role too far, right? And people lose, if they look up to you, then people start to not look up at you anymore. They're like, well, God, she's just, But she's First Lady. She held herself with dignity. Meghan came, the Duchess of Sussex, and she came and you can't play those two roles. Either you're going to be an actress or you're going to be the Duchess. So she held no dignity with that. So as I was watching it, I'm like, girl, what you doing? That's how I say it. I know Padina, I watch her too, and she says, but I've been saying that for a long time. Girl, what you doing? You know. Anyway, so I'm sitting there watching her, and I'm like, they are bullying her. They are picking on her. Something's wrong here. Because Ellen knows her title. Ellen knows her title and what weight goes behind it. And yes, if they said, hey, we want to make her more relatable, that was not the way to do it. There was another way. You could have used another person to play along with her who took on the brunt of those things than Meghan. Meghan could have been like a tag along, just playing along with. But they put it on her to do everything. So for me, when I was watching, I'm like, oh, they are playing with her. I'm going to do a reading. I know it's a long way to tell you what I saw. Y'all leave your comment below about what you saw. I just felt like, whoa. And the thing about getting into the car, that little story she tells over and over again about having to climb in the back of the car. The joke where she was talking about the elephant in the trunk. So I kind of like saw the two with the trunk of the car. It was just she's getting into the trunk of the car and the elephant with his trunk. Also with her eating like a chipmunk, remember? Because people saying she's gaining a lot of weight, so she's sitting there eating all this food, you know, like a chipmunk. And it's like, are you joking her about her weight? I mean, that's maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but that's what I saw. So just again, tell me what you believe you saw in that show. How did you feel about watching it? And did you think it did her any good, or did you think it kind of harmed her reputation? Because for me, I think it harmed her reputation. One, not just for her being a Duchess, but two, politically. I think that it showed a sense of desperation, that I'll do anything to get back on TV, to get my name in the news or whatever. And she's just coming off as too pushy, as her sister called the pushy princess, you know, where she's calling senators and getting their numbers, their unlisted numbers, and it's just too much. So what I'm going to do a reading now on is on Meghan and how she feels about the show, what the outcome of the show was for her persona and her character and new opportunities, what Ellen was doing, and I want to throw in a little bit of what did Oprah think. So let's get to the reading. All right, y'all, so we're going to use the Symbala, the Gypsy Oracle. So quickly, I'm going to throw out a nice card spread. You know how I do it. Just overall reading for this particular Ellen Degeneres show with Meghan Markle on it. Let's first just start out. The first 3 rows is going to be Meghan. The second 3 rows are going to be Ellen. And the last 3 rows are going to be Oprah. Let's try it like that. Okay. So we're going to just throw out 9 cards. Oops, there's 1. So this is going to be Meghan at the top, y'all. We're going to ask what Meghan feels the outcome of this show. What did it do to her career? What did it do to her character? Did it bring her more opportunities, take them away, neutral? What? What is she feeling? What is she hearing? What is she feeling about the show? More importantly, what is she hearing? How is it impacting her career? How does she feel about this show? Okay, this is Meghan, y'all, and we'll talk about the cards once I turn them back over for you to see. So this is going to be Ellen. What was Ellen's intention for this show with Meghan Markle, with the little skit they played? 2 more cards for Ellen, please. One more card for Ellen. Please show me. What's her true intentions for this show with Meghan Markle? What was she trying to show? What was she trying to do? Was it fun? Was it picking at her? Was it trying to lose deals? Was it put her in a place? Or was she really having fun and this was just fun? Just show me what it is. It's got to be one of those in some type of category, please. True reading, please. Ellen Degeneres, please. Okay. They're all reversed. And this will be, this last row is going to be Oprah Winfrey. What does she feel about the show? What was her feelings about the show. 2 more cards from Miss Oprah Winfrey, how she felt about the Ellen show with Meghan. It's kind of sideways. So if it's sideways like this for me, if I turn it this way, clockwise, it's reverse. But I'm gonna have to leave it reversed because it didn't come out right side. Okay, so this one more card. What did Oprah Winfrey think of the show after with Meghan Markle on it? What did she think it did to Meghan's character, to her career, to Meghan? I'm asking for Oprah Winfrey. What did she think it did? How did Oprah feel about it when it was over and done with? Whether she had anything to do with it or not, what did you think? What did she think about it when it was over and done with? What did she think about the performance? How did it affect Meghan? How did she think it impacted Meghan? Her character. So we're going to take this card. It fell on my arm. I don't know what it is. Let's read this. Okay. Every card she has. Okay, let's read the cards. All right, so this is the first one for Markle. It is thoughtfulness or thoughtful, but it was reverse. So she's in a lot of thought. Some things she thought that would come through has not come through, and she's trying to figure out how to make this work. She actually thought, she put a lot of thought into this show before she made the determination to doing it. But now she's like rethinking her decision to do the show. Okay? Now this is a house. So she feels very comfortable in Los Angeles, and she felt like she would be very comfortable here. She knows it's going to take a lot of work to get to this place, and she's going to feel protected and safe, and this is her security here. Being in LA, doing the things she really loves to do, not just to support her house payment she has there, but also just the stage. Everything she wants to do is in LA, and she feels like even if it's uncomfortable right now, this is where she needs to stay. This is where she needs to be. This needs to be her home, LA. And she's going to stay there as long as she needs to, and she's going to wait until her ship comes in. So she's done the show. She's had some second thoughts about it. Was it really good for her? She still knows that this is where she needs to be in LA. This is the only place she's going to really be able to make a difference and to get the power and the money, prestige she's looking for. Okay. And she knows it's going to take a while. And she's ready. She's going to wait for it. She's going to do whatever she has to do. And she's going to wait until her ship comes in. However long it takes. How much crazy stuff she's got to do. It's a waiting game. Oops. For the right offers to come through. The right aha moment. Now, this is Ellen's reading, right? So this is a child that's upside down. I remember in the show, she was talking about the babies. I don't think Ellen's really seen the baby fully, any of them. I think that, this is what I heard, is that they both work, Ellen and Meghan Markle are represented by Sunshine Sachs. Is that how you say it? So the baby is controversial. Everybody wants to see it. No, I don't want to see it, but everybody, people still want to see it. And I think it's dying off about who really wants to see the baby. I truly don't think Ellen has really seen the baby in person. I really don't. I think that it was a story they put out, this, like, especially back in the beginning when Ellen said she saw baby Archie. That was just to try to, like, if people kind of have respect for Ellen in a way because of who she is, back before all this stuff happened with her being called out a bully. So they thought that her saying that she saw the baby would be have a lot of weight. And so of course she said she saw the baby again, Archie again, but she really didn't say she saw me. And I know she was Meghan was talking about something about they'd gone trick-or-treating. I don't believe it. And if you trick-or-treating, it means you got a full outfit on, which again, she didn't see the baby. Because think about it. Remember when Michael Jackson used to have the mask on his babies for a long time? I don't think Ellen, if there are babies, that she's seen the baby. So she can't really account for it. She thinks that a lot of things that, she doesn't like how Meghan is really handling the situation with the baby. She understands security and privacy, but she thinks that Meghan's gone too far with the baby stories and not letting people see the child. Same as with the wife, with her being a wife, with Meghan being a wife to Harry. She is upside down. She doesn't think it's a really good partnership between Harry and Meghan. She doesn't believe the full story about all the things that Meghan said that happened when they met, and the book about finding freedom. I think she sees a lot of holes in her stories. And I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these people in Hollywood, when they do these shows, they do a lot of research, and they can kind of sort out some of the lies that's in Hollywood that's being told, because they talk to people. They talk to people who talk to people who talk to people. And I don't think Harry and she are married, but I don't think she thinks it's a great partnership, especially with all the hiding with the children, and Meghan's just not wife material in a way, like, because Ellen is married, right? She's been married for a lot of years to her wife, Portia, but I don't think that Ellen doesn't believe Meghan and Harry are going to last a long time. And also, whatever partnership or things that Ellen and Meghan were supposed to work on, I think she thinks that relationship between the two of them is not going to pan out. She doesn't see Meghan as a truthful person, honest person who can really be committed to a relationship, whether it's a marriage or whether it's a business partnership. I think there's some things that Ellen sees as lacking in Meghan. Okay. Next card for Ellen is all these cards for Ellen in reverse. She is not feeling Miss Meghan. The last one is Old Woman. So let's say that they are working for Ascension Sachs together, right? They're being both represented by that particular company, what do you call it? Public relations company. I think that they were trying to tell Ellen what to do, and I think once Ellen figured out a lot of things about Meghan, and then she doesn't really like how she is with the baby and how she's hiding the baby. I think in other stories, I think the story about the dog, I think Ellen was trying to bring her out on that, like, call her out on that, like, tell me when we met again, when did we meet? Because Ellen was on that. She knew she had never told, because she knows who she is and what she would not say to somebody in private. It's some things she would say to somebody on TV or in public, where people are watching, like, for a show, her personality, because they already said she's a bully behind the scenes. I don't think she knows she's not the person who would tell somebody you should get the dog. And if she said it was probably be mean, not to be like, oh, you should get that dog. No. She knows. That's why she's been thinking and racking her head, and she's saying, her and Portia, we ain't never met that girl. And then she probably went back to any of the animal shelters she had probably worked at, or she was promoting Ellen, and she probably says, that girl never showed up here. We don't know who she is. She never was. She wasn't even up here. And Ellen was like, I wouldn't even have said that to her. Ellen didn't even get invited to the wedding when she asked her to be invited to the wedding publicly on television. So I think that Ellen was told by Sunshine Sachs and maybe some other people to help Meghan with her revamping her public relations, her public side, to be able to get opportunities, to give her some rub off some of her magic on her, to get her people to start looking at her again as a human being instead of just person who lies all the time. And so Ellen is her own woman. She's got the chair, she's got the floor, she's got the knowledge and the wisdom, and she's like, and it kind of looks like Ellen looked with a little bit more hair, a little older. So Ellen's like, nah, y'all not gonna tell me what to do. And so Ellen got Meghan on that show, and she did what she wanted to do, and I really think she just got back at Ellen. I mean, at Meghan. So let me finish this. Let me tell you what's going on. So I wanted to read about Oprah. Oprah is pissed off at what Meghan did to her, the lies she told. I think she did it was Oprah's responsibility to do the research and to even do a follow-up, because like I told you before, like with Barbara Walters, when she would do a show, even some of the other shows like 2020 and Primetime Live, they were like news shows, documentary shows that came on the evenings once a week, and they would do stories on like murderers and relationships and con artists, whatever, and they would talk to all parties involved that they could. And if they found out somebody told a lie in their narratives or voiceovers, they would say, we went back and we talked to this person, we found this out, and we wanted to get their opinion or get their statement on this because we found something not to be true or something contradiction, or there was a contradiction. And they at least went back and tried to let you know that something that was said during the show when they were recording it originally, there was some conflict or whatever, and they wanted to let you know. They at least tried to talk to the person and try to get it corrected. Oprah did not do that. When she found out all those lies in that story that Meghan and Harry told her, she never went back and did a follow-up. She came back on CBS the next day, I think, or the day after, whatever, talking to Gayle about who Harry was saying was the one that said the child, was talking about the child's color, Archie's color, who may have been a racist. But she didn't go any further than that, right? To really smooth out anything. So people said, look, that's not right, Oprah. You should have said something. You should have done your research, and you did not. You should have at least followed up later with something saying, these are just based on Harry's and Meghan's point of view, not their truth, but their point of view. We didn't get a chance to reach out, or we reached out to the royal family. They didn't respond. Something. So right now, Oprah's gotten really reamed by this television special she did with Harry and Meghan, and so she's got her guards up now. I think Ellen and Oprah are friends, or at least very highly acquainted people, and roam in the same circles. And maybe Oprah called Ellen when she found out or maybe Ellen called Oprah and says, look, we can get her back, y'all. We can get her back. All the lies she told, we can get her back, and I'm going to set her up. Oprah's in a fighting mood. She is not happy. Fortune. Remember, this one was sideways, but it's the same as being down, reversed. So Oprah wants Meghan to lose everything she has. Oprah is willing to go to battle and make sure, if whatever she can do to make Meghan lose everything she has. This is a fortune card. All the money fall from her. She's on the warpath, y'all. And the last card, this one is reversed. It's malady? Malady. It's like when you're sick. She does not want Meghan to do well. She wants her to have a bad reputation. If she is a bad reputation, she wants that bad reputation to come out. She will do everything she can to promote it. She's not going to be out there pushing it so you can say, well, Oprah's out there talking bad about Meghan, but she's going to do everything she can behind the scenes to work with people to make sure Meghan loses everything. Like, she's not going to have, that is one of the reasons, now if y'all understand, Oprah is really good friends with Michelle Obama and President Obama. That is why, one of the reasons why Meghan was not invited to the birthday party for President Obama last year. Oprah has been telling people that she's very, very close to, that Meghan is dangerous, Meghan has issues, Harry's no better. And remember, she worked with Harry for a while, so I'm sure she's seen a lot of Meghan's behind the scene personality, right? So she's seen a lot and she's heard a lot, and I think she's now done her research. And if you remember, just last week when the story came out that Meghan had lied to the courts, Gayle did a piece on it on CBS that next morning. Now, she didn't go into a deep dialogue into discussion about what happened, but she did mention it. And see, if it was my friend, I wouldn't have said it. I would say, you got to get somebody else to talk about that story. I'm not going to do it. But Gayle did it. Gayle did it because they are on a warpath. They are now finding out that that girl took them for everything and got their names muddied up in that mess, and she did it on purpose, and she's been that way, and now everybody know who Meghan is. And so Meghan's going to be waiting a very long time to make it in Hollywood or politics or anything else that's worthy. As I told y'all the other day, she can be the bad girl. She wants to be willing to be the bad girl for a while so she can keep her name out there and keep stirring stuff up. But she going to be waiting a long time. That show was purposely set up to ruin her, or to continue to ruin her, to continue to show, to have a comeuppance, give her a comeuppance. This is not a pretty sight here. Okay, y'all, that's the reading for the day. Oprah is not happy. Oprah is in a fighting mood. Let me get this card so you can see it. There you go. Oprah's in the fighting mood. She wants that girl to lose all her money. And she doesn't want her reputation. She wants her reputation to be what it is. Unwell. Bad. She's seen as someone who can't be trusted. And she also thinks that Meghan's probably not mentally straight. She's sick somewhere. That's my opinion. That's what I'm reading the cards. Ellen thinks that what she's doing with those children is not right. How she's hiding it. That's why Halloween was okay. If Ellen did see the babies, they had on costumes just like Michael Jackson. She's doing the Michael Jackson thing with those babies. So this girl here, she feels like this is the place she's supposed to be, to wait everybody out, everything out. But when you have that much power behind you that doesn't want you to be part of the group, who sees you as a liar and a manipulator, Oprah has a lot of strings with political parties, the Democratic Party, especially certain select groups of people, especially minority. And if she says she's not to be trusted, she's not to be trusted, right? So, people are saying that Oprah wanted to redo a redo with the Duchess and the Duke of Sussex. No, she doesn't. I wouldn't. If I was Meghan, I wouldn't do it, because after what happened with Ellen, I wouldn't trust them. But this girl, she's so desperate to get back into the limelight, to be relevant. And unfortunately, when you're desperate, people will use you, and people will make you look like a fool for their own gain and for your detriment. So, hey. So again, let me know what you think. I thought it was interesting. I did laugh a little bit until I realized, wait a minute, this girl is the Duchess. She shouldn't be acting like that. Oh my God, they're making fun of her. Plain and simple. Because I wouldn't disrespect. If it was my show, I wouldn't disrespect her. I would make sure she was uplifted, not downgraded or degraded. I would never have done that to her, because it would be to my favor if I made her look really good. Like, oh, this important person came on my show, and we're going to do this thing where we're going to promote all these things for women, and we're going to make her feel like she's at home. And she didn't do that. She can hug her all she wants. She did not do that. That girl had an agenda, and she carried it through, and she had other people behind her. And I think somebody else called it hazing. You can call it hazing as well. But no, it was more of hazing is just, so I'm going to do this to you because I can do this to you. And once you get through all this, then, you'll be on, we'll welcome you in. They're not welcoming her in. They are not. They're excluding her, and they're making her look like a fool. So that's my reading. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Today is Monday, the 22nd. Thanksgiving is coming up very, very soon. If I don't talk to you all before then, for Americans, have a great Thanksgiving. If you're not American, have a great Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day of this year, 2021. And then we're going to make sure even a better year. So talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Blessings.